Alright, everybody, it's your boy T Duck, aka Quack Roof for the ladies' dream come true. Let's talk about the shenanigans, y'all. Let's talk about them. I'm gonna wait for a couple people to get up in here, but they going too far with it. They don't know how to leave well enough alone. They running their soup coolers, thinking that plan they got is impenetrable. But I've been called to task. I didn't destroy easier and much more difficult plays than what they going with. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, let me look at this. We're gonna check this out. What is it? I'm trying to get to this little thing. So what's up, Killer B? I see you, bro. I'm just waiting for a few more people to get up in here. I don't like to repeat myself, but it seems like I have to. But the thing is this: how are we supposed to support a man of means? I mean, I understand he may not be able to get to his liquid assets, but this is a man that has promoted the fact that he owns a Bentley and several other high end luxury items. All these luxury items. But it now becomes the ownage of the subscribers and people on YouTube to get this man out of jail. Why doesn't that make sense to me? Why isn't his family dealing with him? Why wouldn't his family return a call to someone who is trying to help him? Why isn't his family putting forth anything? These are questions that I have in my mind to try to get me to understand is why would people unfamiliar with him will actually put their necks out there to try to earn this money for him because they so-called friends. But before y'all was friends, he was dating a woman that you started dealing with knowing that he was dating her. But now y'all best of friends. And this was only like 2 or 3 years ago. So after 2 or 3 years, y'all are the buddy of buddies. Yeah, that don't make sense to me. That don't make sense to me at all. He don't have the number to your sister's house. That don't make sense to me at all. A man that put money on your books got your sister's number before anybody else. Do you see the desperation in that? What if beefing 313 was a utter fool? You know what I'm saying? What if he wasn't who he said he was? You just gave that info to somebody that has no credibility. Thank God beefing 313 is the good man he is. But just say it wasn't. That shows desperation. That doesn't sound like a man of means, a thinking man. And a man like that doesn't deserve to be on the streets. He deserves to be in an institution, but they got rid of the institutions out here. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm looking up man of means. Because I believe there's a definition attached to that. Yeah, it's another way of saying wealthy. So, we, the subscribers, are supposed to help a wealthy man. A man who has showed his Bentley, has showed other high-end luxury items. It is our duty to get him out of jail without him liquidating any of his assets in order to help himself. So now what these adults are telling other adults is that because this person fell on hard times, it's our duty and obligation to assist this man without him trying to assist himself first. Where is the logic in that? They can say what they want and try to destroy the credibility of anybody, but the fact remains that they keep running play after play after play. And it makes no sense how they're able to run play after play after play, try to destroy the credibility of every person that comes into contact with someone else, but the act when in actuality they are the rotten fruit that's spoiling the bunch. Trouble follows them. And now that people are waking up and looking at their inconsistencies and the way how they prey upon each other, only further shows that they are irresponsible, and irresponsible people do not need money. You can't give a fool anything. And that's what these people are. The whole lot of them are fools. And that's why they are where they are in life. It's not because they had it bad, it's because they don't want to do right. And when faced with the ability to do right, they choose to still do wrong. And that's why they dealing with the consequences that they dealing with. That's why their lives go the way they go. And then what do they do like any irresponsible person? They want to be like our government. They want to tax us for it. They want to tax us for that fool's hiccups in life. It's our duty to get him out of jail. We did not put him in there. He put himself there. So how am I going to tax the woman at home that has to provide for our family, the man at home that has to provide for our family, just because he liked the content? Now it's the onus on them to get him out of jail when he hasn't touched any of his assets in order to get himself out of jail. His family members, those closest to him, are not dealing with him. Because they probably warned him about talking all loud and stuff. They heard him before in that pool house. They knew he was doing too much, but he's grown, right? So does he revert to being a child when when he's in trouble? Is he no longer an adult when he is in trouble? Because that's what y'all treating this like. Y'all treating it like this is some child we gotta help and save. Like he's the next coming since Jesus. Like that dude is nowhere near Jesus to me. So you can effectively donate to somebody who has caused so much trouble, I would say, because I'm not trying to curse and stuff. The horrific deeds, a man is his works. All right, let's cut it out. Let's just break it down to the simplest form. A man is his works. And his works was threatening women, children, men, sexually violating children and women, degrading, alternative lifestyle people. And just because you have them in your chat and they were vocally saying how they had a disdain for his ill treatment of them. And his response is, oh, I'm not talking to you. I'm just talking to that one. But in actuality, that one to him is what he stereotypes the whole lot of you. He's not a rational thinker. Like I said, he has to take meds. And if you think his family was still of support of him and still trying to help him, as much money as his cousin and sisters make off the children, off of being foster parents, they make it. I mean, they got a house full. It's a pretty, one got a what you call a house. I forgot what they call them, but when for people to get out, one got that type of house, and then his cousin got the foster children. So they make quite a good amount of money, but all of a sudden, it's the burden lies on the subscribers and people who like to watch their YouTube channel. That makes no sense to me. That is what I would say white people have been doing to us, and not just white people, but that's what society has been doing to us for over 400 years now. Making us fit the bill, making us pass the buck, take our jobs away from us, and then raise prices on food. Take our jobs from us, raise the prices on gas. Take our schools from us, but build prisons. It's just more of the same, except now that we just doing it to one another. Oh, he grown. Don't worry about him and her. And it's not even about that. It's about the vile and foul stuff he say. Oh, don't worry about what he's saying about uh sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl. That's just shock value. Don't worry about that. But when he get in trouble for his shock valuing, oh, we need you to help and support. Well, if you got a problem with him, don't support. But for those of you who like him, support. Support a man who already supposedly has everything he needs in life, who can put $10,000 on somebody's head, but can't put $10,000 to bail his own self out. The same person that has the Bentley and all this other stuff and have riches to speak of, where he could go across the world and lay with all these women. You want us to help him? That guy? Well, be the fool you may. I know better. And since I know better, I'm gonna do better. And I'm hoping I'm helping somebody make their decision and make the right decision, because you gotta be wary of if your family don't even want nothing to do with you, that says a lot. If your family ready for you to stay independent, stay up there, that's a lot. And people need to stop trying to do this thing to where they, oh, my Bay Area player partner, I see you, sis. Go ahead, girls. And sis, yeah, that's you. Um, People need to realize that. What I was about to say, what is the thing that's most what is it? 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 It was about the family. It's just like his family got money, and his family isn't dealing with him. His family isn't dealing with him because they know it's a waste of time. They was on their last straw with him. Because before he was with his family, he was living out the barbershop at a place he worked. They couldn't take it no more. He supposedly had the means to get him another place and all this stuff, but I mean, that's far fetched. He need medication. He wasn't taking his medication. He stopped taking his medication. So of course stuff is gonna spiral and get worse. He was 300 pounds, he went to 165 pounds. Obviously he's afflicted with something. He's really sickly. And it's just like it's a time, and these people are trying to collect money on his behalf, and none of them are near him or had have 5 years plus knowing him. The people that's so big on collecting this money for him. He's a has been. Nobody is dealing with this man on that capacity. Nobody is looking to this man for substance or anything. If you want to be humiliated that bad, you could just go. I mean, you could go practically anywhere and get that done to you. They got dominatrix people that could do that for you, but for you to sit here and allow these people to put forth and you know just try to convince people that their money is best spent paying for the fault, paying for the paying for someone's destructive behavior. I mean, that's on you. I would never just think about it. Just think about if it was your kids. My kids would never have the ability to do the things that he did. My kids wouldn't be y'all responsibility either if it happened as it did with him. You know what I'm saying? I would take some ownership on that, and I would be responsible. I wouldn't be reaching out to people talking about hanging him out of jail and all this stuff, especially if he was fronting like he had all this and that. So, are you telling us that he's fronting? He really doesn't have all the stuff he says he has. So basically, people should take whatever little resources they got and give it to him, even though he has the means to get himself out. So he doesn't have enough to get this lawyer. What about this high end lawyer he always brags about? Like, what are we doing here? Are we holding people to what they say? Or are we just, that's what I'm saying. It's a scam, it's a cash grab. These people knew he had none of the stuff he boasted about. They knew this. They knew he was had no substance. He had nothing of what he boasted about. And they exploiting and using that fact that he really has nothing to, and that's what's driving them to make other people that barely have anything. They trying to make it like it's this cause we saving this black man, but you're not doing nothing for this black man but excusing his ignorance. When you contribute to something like that, a person doesn't learn anything because they didn't lose anything. All they learned is that they got a whole bunch of suckers that they can exploit now. Look at Nature Boy. Look at Polite. Look at it. I mean, we see what happens when you try to help these people. They don't get better. They get worse. They get worse. And I'm not saying leave him in jail. I mean, to be honest, he's not even going to be in jail like that. And that's what I wanted to say. This is not a strikeable offense. I repeat, people, this is not a strikeable offense. It holds 16 months to 3 years, meaning that he will have to do 8 months to a year and a half in a California Department of Corrections. He would have to do 8 months to a year and a half in the California Department of Corrections. That's it, and that's all. It's not like he gonna be there for 10, 15, 30 years. No. 8 months to a year and a half is the longest he will have to do if charged with this crime. Meaning he will definitely be home by 2004. It's not a strikeable offense. So if he has two strikes, it doesn't matter. It's not a strikeable offense. There's no violence attached to it, therefore it's non-strikeable. Because they got tired of people going and getting their third strike with candy bars and stealing meat out of Safeway. So they implemented the violence aspect to it. So you saying you got to give up $12,000 of your money, and you on the line for another 108,000 just so this dude can do 8 months to a year and a half. But they don't tell you that because they want you to believe that he's going to be doing all this hard time. Because if you believe he's going to do all this hard time and you feel as though he really don't deserve it, it's going to push you further to give. But he's not looking at hard time. He would be out before 2025. If they gave him the minimum, he'll be out before 2024. So the whole thing is these people is playing with y'all. And as adults, you shouldn't be played with like you a child. Regardless of how good of a friend they seem. Them is the worst people. The people who them the worst ones. Look at their track records. Look how they not able to build steam and how everybody rejects them after a certain amount of time because these people aren't good people. Good people get rejected, but not like how they get rejected. Look who they attach themselves to. You can't sit here and attach yourself to a Rob and then act like you responsible. The game don't go like that. That's irresponsibility. And that's why you are where you are in life. That's why you're alone. That's why you struggle and can't find nobody, sir. That's why you have to attach yourself to stuff like that. That's why you have to deal with women when they're already in relationships, sir. because on your own you're nothing, and that's why you attach yourself to Rob, and now you're still trying to eat off Rob. You wanted Rob to go down over the cat situation. Let's be real. Y'all trauma bond, and now you're trying to exploit this man, and your only rebuttal for exploitation is that the people that say anything against me are haters and they're weirdos and no one likes them. But the logic and the rationale and the way you move is telling everybody how much of a creep you are, how much of a slime ball you are, because you have no intentions on getting him out of jail. Because if y'all had intentions on getting him out of jail, y'all would have took those chains and that jewelry to the pawn shop instead of asking for people to give to someone who has the means to get themselves out. He better sell that Bentley. He better sell that. Tracy better get to selling them chains. They better do something, because this ain't the, just like you wanted people out your business. We should still be out your business, and y'all should be as adults handling y'all business. If y'all 4 or 5 or how many hooligans y'all got going together, if y'all want to deal with this situation, y'all deal with this situation. But this situation should never go outside of y'all. This is y'all issue to deal with. Don't bring this stuff to YouTube acting like it's YouTube's duty to save him from having to do 8 months to a year and a half. It's damn near a violation. And that is why his family is not helping him. Because they know from that 8 months to a year and a half is not going to do nothing for that guy, but probably make him worse. So they don't want to receive no phone calls. Or they not writing him or visiting him. They just like, that's Rob. They got responsibilities to deal with. So rather than sit here and waste resources on someone who obviously has a serious problem, his family is putting the resources where they can actually make a difference. And that is what people on YouTube need to do. Stop listening to these snake oil salesmen. Do what the smart people do. Stop doing what the idiots do. It's the reason why these idiots are here. Because they can't function in the real world. In the real world, they can't pull off none of these stunts. They get smacked up every time they came to open their mouth on some dumb stuff like the stuff they be trying to promote on here. But they know people are gullible, people are weak, people are vulnerable, and they pull on people's heartstrings because they don't tell the whole story. People often they looking at the fact, oh, he shouldn't have been in jail, but you're not looking at the fact that this man said he's a man of means and substance, and he has all this material wealth that he's exploited time in and time out. He jumps out of airplanes and lands into Bentleys and all this stuff. But when it comes in time of need of funds, he's not liquidating any of his assets. He goes to YouTube and say, "Give me all you got." That's robbery. He robbing y'all fools right up under y'all. Y'all being robbed. Y'all being held up. Y'all being strong armed. Strong armed into thinking y'all gotta act, or is this little brother booty is on the line. And that's not the case. 8 months to a year and a half is nothing. If he's found convicted, he will they cannot sentence him over a year and a half. Because he would have it's 3 years, but you only have to do half of it, and then you get the other half of probation or parole. Like, that's what I'm saying. Y'all, Y'all people, and then y'all expect other nations and peoples and cultures to respect us. But look at the moves we make. This is not your typical black man who's trying to be something better. This is a scorned, poisoned black man who has hatred for the people that look like him. He has it because he was unable to be upright with us. He caused the division by exploiting our women for their sexuality. And then women shunning him for that, or waking up and wising up and kicking him to the curb. He blames y'all for his mistakes. He blames black men for being able to successfully engage in relationships with our sisters without having to resort to the little games and all that. Healthy relationships. He has an issue with healthy relationships. So y'all think all that's gonna go away? But I think people are betting on that it stays. They want that. They need that. They want to see him. It's like the gladiator. They want to see him destroy something. They want him to be pushed to the edge or maybe to suicide or something of that nature. Oh, all right, I dropped the link, bro. My bad. I just don't know how to stop nobody from porn bombing or something, but I guess if you wanted the homies, I'll be able to. Cause I ain't really a content creator. Oh yes, sis. I definitely seen the beefing live. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need a barrier, so that's why I'll be like skeptical about dropping the link, a banner. But I don't need none of that. You know, I just wait till one of y'all go live and I voice my opinion over there. This was like short notice because he want to talk about my integrity, but then like let's talk about offline. Like my integrity is not what you see online. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like on real stuff, I'm gonna be a real person. I'm not gonna be, the trolling type. Definitely. Then I want to put my sticks on people, but hold on, I'll figure this out. Let's see. Mm. But yeah, it's all right. It's down there, y'all. But yeah, I mean, it's a cold game. And then like when you rationale, you got to be a hater because you're not allowing people to exploit other black people. And I don't think black people want to be exploited. So I don't think I'm hating at all. I think I'm a voice of reason for a demographic that needs that. That needs that caring and that wakening up. And I feel as though I ain't gonna be able to do it still. Damn. I'm trying to hand out these wrenches, but I forgot my password. So I ain't gonna be able to do it going this way. I thought I would be able to circumvent. Yeah. Yeah, it don't work that way. That's why I ain't put on no wrenches too, because I'm on my phone and it won't allow me to put it on my phone. I mean, it's not that they and now I'm doing some weird stuff. It's not that they want to be exploited. It's just like they lonely and they want that camaraderie that they get with that crowd they in. You know what I'm saying? That crowd thus becomes their family. It's a lot of lonely people. So with that, they feel as though it's their duty or they want to, gain rank. It's sort of like a cultish gang type of thing. Like Like how people commit crimes, like in RICO cases, people commit crimes and stuff to further the enterprise. It's sort of like the same thing with these YouTube cults. They do these things, they donate so that they can, hopefully Tracy Rob or Factavius will be like, oh yeah, and this one donated so and so, and I appreciate you. They do it for that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not. Oh, I appreciate that, sis. I'm definitely gonna have to do that. All right, but I'm about to shut it down. Like I said, I can't really talk to myself for too long. I feel kind of weird about it. Like, plus I'm feeling a little tired, and it's getting late. And I'm gonna let the real content creators do their thing. I just had to put this out here. You see how he was a yeah, Kim, all is well. Islam, bruh. Yeah, I just did this real quick because he mouthing off talking about what I'm doing, but we see what you doing, sir. We see how you scamming, sir. We see how you not omitting certain things about this guy talking about he is a man of means. And if he's a man of means, what does it make sense for people to uh deprive themselves of their resources and give them to you so that a man of means can get out of jail when he hasn't even tried to touch or liquidate any of his assets? He wants his assets to go to his family, but he needs to liquid those assets so that he can get his own self out of jail, like what grown man's supposed to do. And with that, y'all stay dangerous because safes get cracked. I appreciate Killer B, my player partner from the Bay, Sincere Saida. Make sure y'all check her out, subscribe to her, and everybody else that came through. Uh, yeah, a jokey. Thank you, sister. You started a lot of chaos, but I still love you. You know I ain't gonna never stop loving you, a jokey. All right, y'all. Be safe. I mean, don't be safe. They get cracked. Stay dangerous. And that's coming from love, man. I love my people, and I want my people to be looked at better. We gotta do better because we gotta set the payment for the younger generations so that they don't have it as hard as we had it.